Here's to uncovering the secret of Natilas Yadayim and the Egla Arufa. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'eked Yisrael v'soz etzivanu al Natilas Yadayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Now your brain is going to fly out the window. But listen very carefully. These epic words that even the United Nations had the brains to at least put up verse 4. At least they put up verse 4. I'm not a fan of the United Nations. I assure you I'm not. But they even had the brains and the guts to put up Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4, not verse 3. The Christian Bible, the entire New Testament, you're probably wondering how many times do any of these verses appear in the Christian Bible? The answer is 0. That means the New Testament didn't even have the courage of the United Nations. You know what a low bar that is? The nature of Mashiach. We're very fortunate here. And this will surprise you. It's a little counterintuitive. There are very few psukim in Tanakh. There are very few passages in the Hebrew Bible that describe the Messiah himself. Now, while there are hundreds of passages in Tanakh that are messianic, the vast majority of them are about how the world will change, be transformed forever. But there are just a few of them that tell us about the Mashiach himself. And that makes it very easy because there's so few. So very famously, we're told in Isaiah chapter 11. This is probably the most famous chapter in the book of Isaiah, where we're told about the Mashiach and the Messianic age. This
Up. Commercials. Nope, skip the ads.
opens by telling us that the Mashiach comes from the root of Jesse, that's David's father. He will be a descendant of Yishai, and the Spirit of Hashem will be upon him, and he will fear Hashem. And it's very beautiful, and he will be filled. Yeshayahu uses gorgeous language for this. V'haricho, his complete essence, will be filled with the fear of God, fear of Hashem. And it tells us he'll judge people, but not according to the sight of his eyes. You know, some people are judged because a person looks like this, a person doesn't look like this, a person's rich, a person's poor, not the Mashiach. The Mashiach is some... and will judge people accordingly. The idea that Mashiach is going to judge nations and judge people is all over Tanakh. That means that's the consistent theme. Not that he's a miracle worker, Not that he dies for anybody's sins, God forbid, we'll get to all that. None of those things we find in the Christian Bible, but rather that he will judge. He will judge among the nations, and as a result, please, I plead with you, the viewer, read the first 4 verses of Isaiah chapter 2. Yeshayahu Perek Bet. V'shofat bein hagoyim. Only 6 words, by the way. 6 words. V'shofat bein hagoyim. He will judge among the nations. V'haychiach la'amim rabim. And he will reprimand and give guidance for many nations. That's it. This is a very famous pasuk. This may be after Bereshis bara Elohim es Hashemayim v'Haaretz and Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. This probably is the 3rd most famous verse in all of Tanakh. And it's very important that all Christians know that this is about Mashiach. It's very important. There's going to be a punchline, by the way. So he's going to judge v'shafat bein hagoyim. He's going to judge among the nations. V'haychiach la'amim rabim. It doesn't make a difference if you speak modern Hebrew, biblical Hebrew. It's the same lashon, same words. Okay. And what's going to happen? What are the goyim going to do as a result? V'chitzu charvoisem li'itim v'chaniseisehem lemazmeros lo yisa goy el goy cherev. That's where it comes from. Nation will not lift up sword against nation, neither will they learn of war anymore. You see what's going on in the Ukraine right now? End. You see what's going on in Syria right now? End. If you see war in the world, that means Mashiach is not here. Period. This is mind-blowing.
Mashiach is not here yet, and he definitely was not here during the time of Jesus.
I want to empower you, the viewer. I don't want you to rely on Rabbi Tovia Singer. I really don't. I want you, the viewer, to look it up for yourself because you're watching this show, right? You don't need to. You could be watching reruns of Seinfeld and Breaking Bad. You could do other things with your life. You can be bowling, but you're watching this. So you really care, right? And I think I'm talking to you, the viewer, you probably have tired of taking a man's word for it. So I want to free you. I want to liberate you. I want to just show...
Okay. 7:33, 4:35, 6.